Please join me in welcoming Dr. Piri to the stage.
Thank you. We all know the story of the boy who cried wolf. A shepherd boy repeatedly tricks his village into thinking a wolf is attacking his flock. When a real wolf finally appears, no one believes him. In healthcare, we face a similar problem: alarm fatigue. In hospitals, the cry wolf effect happens every single day. Not, of course, as a mischievous prank, but as a systemic issue. Alarms blare constantly. A patient's heart rate is high, blood pressure is low, or breathing is abnormal. Nurses take care of these. Some of these alerts are critical, but many of them are not. And the very people who are supposed to respond become desensitized. One day, an alarm rings for a critical heart condition, but no one responds quickly enough. The cost? A life is lost. Let's talk about cognitive budget. I am a medium core chef, and I sometimes follow a complex recipe. While I'm doing that, if someone interrupts me with questions or distractions, like this one, then this will be the result. I might burn the dish. Why? Because humans' mental capacity or cognitive budget is finite. Now, think about clinicians. Their cognitive budget is spent on patient care, decision-making, and responding to alarms. But here's the shocking truth. Up to 99% of medical alarms are false. These unnecessary alarms create sensory overload, leading to alarm fatigue, where nurses stop responding promptly, or even worse, they shut down the alarm system entirely. At UMass Memorial Medical Center, a patient's alarm signaling fast heart rate and breathing troubles went unanswered for nearly an hour. Why? Because nurses, overwhelmed by a cacophony of alarms, had become desensitized. Unfortunately, that patient didn't survive. This isn't just about negligence, it's about systemic failure. And the issue extends beyond nurses. Let's talk about pharmacists. Consider a busy Costco pharmacy where about 500 prescriptions are processed daily. Each of these prescriptions can trigger up to 10 alerts, warnings about potential drug interaction, dosage errors, or allergy risks. Pharmacists manage hundreds of these alerts every day. And what happens? Overwhelmed by the sheer volume, they may start unintentionally ignoring or overriding some of these alerts. And while 99.8% of these alerts are not life-threatening, there's 0.2% of them that are. And missing them can cost lives. So the devil is in that 0.2%. Yes, most alarms, up to 99% of them, are false, but the danger lies in that less than 1%. In a real-life hospital example, frequent alerts above the patient's Tylenol dosage were dismissed as irrelevant. As a result of that, another true alert for another patient about 38-fold overdose of antibiotic was ignored. In pharmacy settings, these are rare but critical alerts that mean the difference between life and death. Ignoring the wrong alert, even unintentionally, can have catastrophic consequences. This issue hits close to home for me. Last year, I unfortunately lost my own mother due to complications that was ignored because of false alarms. Her story is a painful reminder of the stakes we are dealing with. But why does it happen? Let's use the idea of cognitive budget again to see why. Clinicians start their shift with a fixed amount of mental energy. Routine tasks consume part of this budget, and alarms consume the rest. Every unnecessary alarm drains this valuable resource. For pharmacists, the stakes are particularly high. If they expend their mental energy early in their shift on unnecessary alarms, there will be less mental capacity left for critical decisions later. Patients coming later in the day might receive less attention simply because pharmacists' cognitive budget has already been depleted. This imbalance isn't just dangerous, it's unfair for those patients who are coming later. So this is about equity and fairness in healthcare as well. But this is not just a healthcare problem. Think about your own workplace. Take a moment and think, how many notifications, alerts, or emails do you get every day that don't actually apply to you? The notion of notification fatigue, alarm fatigue, or cognitive budgeting exists everywhere, in hospitals, offices, schools, and in our daily lives. But is there a solution to it? To address alarm fatigue holistically, I have developed systems that combine machine learning methods with analytical techniques to make alarms smarter, more intuitive, and adaptable to diverse clinical settings. My work centers around 3 key principles. First one is personalization. What's dangerous for one patient can be safe for another one. Let me give you an example. A heart rate of 50 beats per minute can be dangerous in general, but safe for someone with bradycardia. My algorithms dynamically adapt thresholds to individual patient needs, ensuring alarms are meaningful and relevant. The second key principle is cognitive efficiency. Clinicians have finite amount of mental capacity. My models prioritize critical alarms, ensuring unnecessary ones don't drain their cognitive budget. By preserving mental resources, they can focus on delivering effective care without being overwhelmed by noise. And last, feedback loops. Alarm systems must learn over time. If too many false alarms occur, trust in the system erodes. My algorithms continuously define alarm thresholds and patterns, reducing false alarms while maintaining safety and reliability. These 3 principles has broad applications, whether in hospitals monitoring patient vitals or in pharmacies processing prescription alerts. And the impact of these systems has been profound. In one of my research studies, I reduced harmful incidents in an ICU by 80% using these 3 principles. In another research that I'm conducting with a colleague from Harvard Business School, we studied a pharmacy setting, cutting unnecessary alarms by up to 92% while improving pharmacist performance. These numbers can potentially mean saving hundreds of lives every year. But I want to take a moment and highlight that this is not just about numbers, algorithms, or machines. It's about us, people. Think about a nurse who starts their shift fresh, focused, with energy, but ends it drained and defeated, feeling like they have been in constant battle with endless alarms. Or a pharmacist bombarded with alerts who overrides them to simply keep up with the workflow, knowing they might have missed something critical but too exhausted to process it all. By designing better alarm systems, we are not just safeguarding patient lives, we are also prioritizing clinician well-being. These systems create a calmer and more ergonomic work environments where clinicians can focus without constant distractions, allowing them to engage meaningfully with their tasks. This reduces their burnout, fosters mental resilience, and promotes job satisfaction. Now, imagine a world where alarms are rare but meaningful, where nurses trust the system to alarm them only when it matters, where pharmacists aren't overwhelmed by too many irrelevant alerts, where patients receive a better and safer care. This vision isn't just a dream, it is within reach. But it requires an action. It requires us to rethink how we design systems and how we prioritize human attention. By respecting the cognitive budget of those who care for us, we can create safer and healthier care environments, not just for patients, but for clinicians too. This is the power of cognitive budgeting. It's a principle that can transform not just healthcare, but every aspect of our lives. So, the next time you hear an alarm, whether it's in a hospital, pharmacy, or a notification on your phone, please take a moment and think about that. Is it really necessity, or is it just a noise? Together, we can create a world where the answer is clear. Thank you.